if we can't take budget from military spending or any budget from anywhere, what do you think a valid solution would be that we should do?
I think that, so you know how the government made government bonds, voluntary spending. I'm not saying the government should provide propaganda in the media, but they've done that in the past during World War I, World War II. There were government bonds that the people gave to the government voluntarily for an issue that they really cared about. And the government can make people care more about the issue by broadcasting it as something that we need to solve. And that's what we do, and that's what we're doing. So if we just look at this, if we just provide more media coverage, more awareness of this issue, and the government provides, like, hey guys, what's up? We need money to help solve this issue that you guys have been looking at on the TV as like a huge problem. Like, hey, look, you see it's a problem on the TV, like every day, people get scared. The government's like, hey guys, we can solve this problem for you if you give us money voluntarily. The people are gonna be like, hell yeah, we're gonna give you money. And since most companies, like most big companies, tend to be more liberal, like Google, we got Disney, we got a bunch of like people in Hollywood, we have all of these big corporations that tend to lean left, and so they should, care about the environment as they all claim to, and they should provide more money than, since they're huge companies, they're going to provide a lot of money for this, if they still want to have any credibility in what they believe in. So,
and what's great about this new route is it's an outlet that everyone can take, where it's not just, because oftentimes I find like it's confusing to have like all these separate companies promoting like this environment thing, so you can't choose which one to donate it to. But if you centralize it within the government and it's widely broadcasted, it has a lot greater of an effect.
Yeah, and it's not going to increase government debt or decrease the debt, and it's not going to be stealing money from people. It's not going to increase the tax on oil. Like, we could increase it a little bit, have like a national standard, because in Texas it's like Mr. Stiven said, a lot worse. The gas emissions are a lot worse than in California per se, but the gas tax hurts the middle class and the poor the worst, because the rich people can afford to drive Teslas, electric cars, they can afford to pay the tax anyway. Like, it doesn't matter for them. They can fly private jets if they want to, and it doesn't matter to them. They're like, oh, $5 per gallon, whatever. But for a middle class person, they're gonna be like, oh my god, and they can't afford an electric vehicle. So this is gonna balance out that gas tax. Is gonna relieve the middle class and the poor classes, and it's essentially gonna save the environment in a way where the rich have a better option of, and they're gonna essentially contribute more money voluntarily to this cause.
Yeah, and we would allocate funds to helping the like environmental conservation and like new technologies for cleaner energy sources.
Yeah, and the government can choose companies that have proven themselves to be viable sources for solutions.
So like this is like,
so like Tesla, we can invest in Tesla.
Yeah.
The government could invest, like, we could have cheaper electric cars, we could have cheaper solar panels if the government invests in these things, and then again the middle class could get them, whereas now they can't. And it's just going to provide a way for everyone to be able to get cheaper, more effective, environmental friendly technology.
It's basically a bond.
Yeah, it's basically a bond, and it's going to be paid back, but the thing is, we could pay it back, because this would provide more jobs. It's going to create this whole new big industry in making safer, better technology for the environment, and there's going to be more jobs, so middle class and poor people get those jobs, and it's going to be like, there's going to be a bigger field of study in this, and I think that this could really help.
Okay, so basically we're going to set bonds to help the environment later on. So we have to think about setting an interest rate.
But we don't have to
think about that because we're not in econ right now. Okay.
I think one of the major benefits also of this proposed solution is that it's bipartisan, and it doesn't really favor one party or the other, or one mindset or the other. Like, if you want to contribute to like the climate revolution, then you can put your money towards it voluntarily.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, like, you know, in the end, some people won't be convinced, but I think that over time, people will get on the same page. And
Yeah.
again, we can use the China policy for trade with China as like a way of holding international policy, and in a way, we should use our power as America, as like we're probably the biggest, you know, power in the world. And we should use that power to make this world a better place. And we have that opportunity. So I think we should use it.
All right. So that's it.
Oh, wait, I just want to say one more thing, and like we can edit this in. But like, you know the Manhattan Project?
Yep.
Like how they brought in like all these great minds to work on the nuclear force, and it was like Albert Einstein and all these people, and it was under wraps. What if we had the same thing, but for the environment with this new funding? And it's
True.
government, and it's like a direct path.
We had some Manhattan
doesn't
Project.
have to
This
be-
could be like
It has to be. It doesn't have to be on
the
the
Green Project.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they get all of
Yeah.
the brightest minds in our innovation and
Yeah.
puts it all like
Build
it'll be like
the sun.
what is it? Is it Super Bowl?
No.
What?
It'll be like
No,
the
what's the
A-team.
football one where it's like the one where they add up all
All-Star?
the best.
The All-Star.
It's like
Yeah.
the all-star
Yeah.
game of
Yeah.
Of
Something.
scientists.
Of scientists, yeah, all the all-star
Besides
scientists.
research, like where else would the money go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could have more
Towards
ads for it
education.
and stuff.
Or towards
Yeah, towards-
education of
Education,
Environmental impacts
funding,
and stuff.
funding companies that are helping provide technology.
Conservation.
Yeah,
preservation of environment.
conservation,
More land
maybe even provide.
Cleaning,
Yeah.
cleaning, you know.
Yeah.
With all this money basically going to the government, is there any concern at all about like them just putting it into like a conservation agency? And not
Such
doing
as the
anything about it?
EPA that doesn't even
Do
that
anything.
kind of stands as like a shell.
Yeah.
That's
Or
why we
that,
have the
like,
people,
that
you know.
Yeah.
changes
So yeah, I think
policies.
with these bonds, there needs to be like clear cut.
It needs
where
to be
is
a
this?
clear-cut
Yeah.
policy written in the bill.
Where's this money going?
Where this money is gonna go, and obviously there should be just disclosure, full disclosure. Like, if the people don't support this, like this is why we have the
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
If the people don't support this, this won't go through because people just won't give their money to something
Yeah,
that's
so
choose
bullshit.
to
You know,
Yeah.
they're not gonna choose to give their money away to something that's
Voluntarily.
stupid
So pretty much
voluntarily.
what's gonna happen is that if they don't follow,
Investing.
if-
If it doesn't
Yeah.
work, yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
stop giving money
Exactly,
to it.
so-
So they're gonna have to change it.
so yeah, so if like you know,
This is why this is
so
foolproof.
if the leadership,
Yeah.
so if the leadership position, whoever does decide what's gonna happen, and the people don't like it, they can just stop funding it, and it will stop.
We should send this.
yeah,
That's
like the
really
companies-
good.
We should
like,
send this to Congress.
Yeah,
Shout out,
companies-
shout out
the
Scott
companies-
Peters.
the companies
Yeah.
that do choose to like put their money towards like bonds, like government bonds, can use it as kind of like a publicity opportunity to like show that their company like
Yeah, it's like a
shows
sponsorship.
compassion, like cares
So
about
it's a
like
win-
real
win
issues.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this
can
is
even go
a
into like grants to award companies that are sustainable,
Yeah,
environmentally
yeah,
sustainable.
like sustainability. Like what's it called? What were we talking about yesterday?
The sustainability index thing.
No, like benefits for companies that are sustainable.
Just like grants in general.
Grants,
Yeah, but like
It's
I'd like the
an
word for that.
incentive?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like
Oh,
incentives
right,
for
yeah. This is
companies
all
that
Incentive.
Redirect their incentive from like just purely profit to actually like caring about sustainability.
Exactly.
yeah. And that just gives them like good positive attention that will like attract more like consumers.
Yeah. So it's all a good cycle.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
there aren't
actually
many-
it's
there
gonna
aren't
become part of
many-
the Iron Triangle, y'all.
Yeah.
There aren't many like
Mm.
downsides to this.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Alright.
completely
I think we
voluntary.
got our.
I think that's
I
a
think
really
that's
good
pretty good.
solution. Okay.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Awesome.